had to be the lot of the land in honor of our ancestors and for the people who supported this protest for a great cause, whether it was in person or remote. It has changed the landscape and protected future generations.
That's right. Honestly, best panel so far.
All right,
I think we're good. We can go home, right?
I have more.
All right, so I wanted to ask you all, if you had a chance to make another film related to deaf-related issues or the deaf experience, is there any idea of another film that you would like to create?
Oh. I'll be honest, the story of Deaf President Now is focused on these incredible four student leaders, but as many of us know in this room, there were so many other key contributors and key players who were a part of this. So, do I feel like I could do another Doug? Absolutely. I feel like I could scale out even further and explore even more perspectives, whether that was from the Ducks board. There's certainly a lot of opportunity.
So a follow-up question here, the 7 Ducks, I know you mentioned that, maybe if you want to talk a little bit further about what that is.
Absolutely. So the 7 Ducks actually were a group of young adults and had a little bit more experience than our students. Some had worked in and around DC, some had worked here on Gallaudet's campus. And the Ducks had been essentially a vulnerable group. But they went out and one night after a few beers had some discussions about whether or not the university was ready for a deaf president. And mind you, that time, Zinsser had been considered. There was an opportunity for a deaf president a few times prior, and he was not considered. But we had been working for years and years and years to finally establish a transfer of power into the deaf community, and this is something that we didn't plan. When the previous president resigned, we could have very quickly appointed a deaf president. This was something that the board was not on board for, but we had worked very hard to do. So I think it would be a very interesting take on the overall story of deaf president now. The reason why we focused specifically on these 4 students was to keep them led. This is keeping us really crisp.
Thank you for that. So I wanted to ask you, what makes you feel like now is the right time to do this film and to tell this story? So why not do it before now? Why is it all happening now?
I think it's important to impress that we did have other movie offers before Nyle and Concordia, decided to do this movie, and we did, and we signed contracts, and nothing ever happened, and they just kept failing. The contract expired. Then we had another one, and it expired as well. And then Nyle did approach, I believe it was Greg first, and then the 4 of us. I know in Chicago, like when we think about pursuing this, we're like, oh yes, we can do that. And so we went through it, and when we knew it, everyone was invested in it, and Davis got on board, and then it became a reality. And so that slowly the progression started, and it became bigger than we would have thought it was going to be, and we had all, we look now where we are today. It actually happened. It's
Worth noting, in a way, it feels like Deaf President Now himself knew that the story needed to be told by now.